Hello, Mino. Pilla thamma kavara.
A very good morning to the viewers, welcoming you to the Hitachi Energy Iipl Cricket League 2025 Big Finals. 19 teams have participated in this tournament, among which the table toppers, Royal Strikers and PQ Strikers are making it to this big stage. You could watch this on screen. In Qualifier 1, when both the teams have faced off each other, it went on to be an easy battle for PQ Strikers to promote for the finals, whereas for Royal Strikers they have to battle out with Superstars in Qualifiers 2 to get back to the same position, to get one more opportunity for beating up PQ Strikers. And this big occasion where PQ Strikers have won the toss have decided to bat first in a different venue that's going to push them under pressure altogether. But before beginning of all these challenges, the interesting contest, will start things off with the national anthem.
கொஞ்சம் முன்ன லைட்டா ஃப்ரண்ட்ல வெச்சுங்க. அவங்களே சொல்லுங்க, லைட்டா ஃப்ரண்ட்ல வெச்சுங்க. நல்லா அப்படி வைங்க, தெரியும். ஓகே ஓகே. எந்த ஏறிட்டோம் ப்ரோ? வேணா சைடில் வைங்க, நான் லாஸ்ட்டாக ஒரு ஃப்ரேம் காட்டிக்கிறேன். இது பாருங்க, அந்த இடத்துல வச்சுருங்க, தெரியாது சைடில். அங்கே வைங்க, வைங்க வைங்க, போதும் போதும், நான் லாஸ்ட்டாக காட்டிக்கிறேன்.
Just got on with the national anthem as PQ Strikers and Royal Strikers in this breezy morning, an unusual morning for this trophy out there, Hitachi Energy Iipl Cricket League 2025, where they fought with 19 teams, including them, and this is not an easy task for them, taking on both the sides. Royal Strikers, who are featured in Group A, they have to face 9 teams in the league phase, 9 matches, winning all 9 by batting first, batting second. That went on to be a crucial breakthrough for them to enter to the playoffs in style. Whereas when you take PQ Strikers, they faced off with 8 teams in Group B, being at the tabletop, losing only one game where they batted first, and rest of the game they won 8 matches, 7 victory, 1 losing game, 14 points, table toppers at Group B. As they both faced off each other only once in this tournament at Qualifier 1, where PQ Strikers have made it easy. They are the only team to beat Royal Strikers. They were unbeaten so far until they've been beaten at Qualifier 1. Now 11 matches overall, including the Qualifier 1 and 2. Royal Strikers losing only one game, which is against PQ Strikers. Time to give it back and time to lift up the trophy for them. Whereas for PQ Strikers, they know what needs to be done. They have done this before and they will try to carry on the same momentum they had in Qualifier 1. The biggest beauty about this particular game is the entire tournament have happened in White Jersey Twin Park Cricket Ground. An iconic cricket ground to watch the game of cricket. But now this big final is happening at Jaya Engineering College Cricket Ground, which is a different venue altogether. When I looked back at the pitch condition, it had a lot of cracks and little bit of hardness on the condition. Couldn't see much of overcast conditions the previous night. So this is going to be a challenging stuff for the teams batting first, as far as I've seen. But when you look at the track record, both the sides, whenever they won the toss, they have decided to bat first. Royal Strikers, every time they won the toss, they decided to bat first. Same goes with PQ Strikers. Every time they won the toss, they gone with batting first. So they're going with their strength, but the condition was slightly challenging. I won't say it's a bowling first condition, but still batting first early in the morning and these kind of little bit of hardness and cracks on the surface is going to add more pressure, especially while facing slow bowlers and finger spinners. The one who bowls slower through the air will always have something to purchase while batting first. Maybe it might get better batting second. As sun starts shining, the brightness comes onto the condition. Things might be working better, the ball might come onto the bat. Still, it's not that much of batting friendly condition today. It would be much comfortable while batting second. That's what we've accessed while watching these conditions, but sometimes the pitch conditions might react differently. That we gotta wait and watch. So on a lot of weights, a good toss to win as well as a good toss to lose. For Royal Strikers' point of view, even if they would have won the toss, they would have surely decided to bat first. That's the kind of track record they've maintained so far. As you could see, the man Prashant, one among the top run getters for Royal Strikers. But we'll speak about those tactics in the second innings. As of now, they are bowling first. That's what something we have to speak a lot about. A lot of expectations will be out there. Kumaravel will be a conventional opener for PQ Strikers, one among the top run getters for them. And along with him, the skipper Rajashekar have did a spectacular job throughout the tournament. Irfan Ahmed, Arun were the rest of the batters. They had solid batting lineup, one after the other. If you lose Kumaravel, you'll be having someone like Irfan Ahmed, who's having a wonderful strike rate of 126 with an average of 40. And then comes Arun, and then comes the skipper himself, Rajashekar. So there have been a blend of good performance. That will be challenging for them and their batting surface. How these top 4 batters are going to cope up with the hardness and the condition that genuinely supports the slow bowlers. Will be quite interesting to watch out for. On the other hand, Royal Strikers have also had wonderful performers with the bat, but this is time to speak about their bowling ability that will be tested and how their bowlers are going to perform today. Satyanarayanan being the top wicket taker for them, 17 wickets for his name. If he gets a 5-4 today, he'll be the leading wicket taker. Along with him, Satish Kumar and Ranjit Kumar. Ranjit Kumar came late to the party, have started doing well in the last couple of games, including qualified 2. And they've also promoted him up the order in the qualified to change the opener. As everything is set here, as the openers came in, the bowling unit is getting themselves ready. 2 fielders will be outside the 30-yard circle. Don't forget, this is a red ball cricket. Though it's a T20 format, it is going to be a little more pressure for them. Red ball reacts differently comparing to white ball. Early in the morning with white background, a breezy ambience. Not just for the batters, even for the bowlers, it's going to set the tone. As the final discussions were going on, the openers are getting themselves ready. PQ Strikers. While in the meantime, we spoke a lot about this pitch condition. We will speak a lot about it in the first couple of overs. I'm not sure how Royal Strikers are going to access these conditions. On my point of view, I'm gonna see a lot of spinners coming in action early in the innings. Or they might be going up with some slow bowlers like Harshal Patel, as these kind of impacts are going to help them a lot in this ground. Jaya Engineering College. As you could see, deep point in third man in position. That's a sign of fast bowlers with back of length outside the off stump. It's going to impact the early phase of this innings. As the openers walking into the ground, one last time in this tournament, the big game, the big challenge is waiting out there. As Hitachi Energy Iipl Cricket League 2025 to see its last game of the season, which is going to be interesting prospect to watch out for. 84 matches, 168 innings. We've seen majestic performances out there. 4 centuries in this tournament, 67 half centuries. So much of T20 impacts we've seen in the red ball cricket. As that's going to take them to lead the game going forward. Openers came in, Jitendra and Kumaravel, the conventional openers, especially with the way the expectations will surely be on Kumaravel. As we spoke a lot about the big stages where the big shots failing to perform. Slips in position, first ball, Satish Kumar with the ball. Punches through the point direction. Seems like it's coming onto the bat. That's where the accessing of conditions might go wrong sometimes.
Big shots failing.
That you got to wait and watch on what
slips in
exactly.
position. First ball, Satish Kumar with the ball.
What happened on the first ball? Confident stroke making.
Punches through the point direction.
That shows they're not taking that pressure too much. As of what Hardik Pandya said. Don't confuse yourself. Don't push yourself pressure by thinking a lot about the conditions. Just play the same brand of cricket you're supposed to play. Pulls it away, catches the call, and that's taken. Look at the celebration. He seems to be confident. First breakthroughs here. As Jitendra wanted to take it away to pull the ball, but couldn't get the control that he was looking for.
Pulls it away, catches
This was
the call, and that's
that
taken.
Catch
Look at the celebration. He seems to be
had taken them into the first breakthrough. 0 for 1 as Jitendra walks back to the pavilion. Satish Kumar gets his first wicket.
Pulls it away, catches the call, and that's taken. Look at the celebration. He seems to be confident. First breakthroughs here.
That lead him to pick that catch over there. At the start that PQ strikers would have expected. But that's been a positive start here for Satish Kumar. Jagdish was the catcher. As the new batter walks into the crease, in at number 3 PQ strikers. The expectations were like, there may be early breakthroughs, there may be early wickets falling initially. Tricky conditions for the first couple of overs. It will be getting better and better once the game gets proceeded. That needs to be kept in mind. Irfan Ahmed, one of the key batter for PQ strikers. In fact, a top run getter for them in this tournament. 283 runs with an average of 40.43 and 126 strike rate. Pick of the batter, he'll be expected to perform well today. And that is what we've been speaking about. When it comes to big stages, The key batter who performed well throughout the tournament should surely take up that responsibility. Slips in position as usual. When trying to contain things under control. Surprising thing is, what makes all these sides to decide to bat first? As you've seen, most of the sides in the tournament have decided to bat first. Statistics is something that supports them in this aspect, as first batters have won almost 60% of the games. That's a huge number. Out of 84 matches, 54 matches being won by teams batting first. Once again, all those matches have been played in white jersey ground, and this is a different venue altogether. Conventionally, this venue might have different results. Teams batting first would have won in this venue too, but today it's going to be a little bit trickier. It's up to the way how the batters are coping up the pressure. As the average first innings score is 153 in this tournament, whereas for second innings it's 119. That's something that's pushing them to take up the pressure out of their control. And especially when it comes to big stages, most of the teams prefer to bat first. As while batting second, every good over will put you under pressure. It won't let you to bat in the same way that you're looking for. Gets up the mark, opens the account here for PQ strikers, Irfan Ahmed. First runs with the bat, 1 run coming off this over, that's 1 for 1 PQ strikers. Satyanarayanan with the ball. The leading wicket taker for Royal Strikers. In 10 innings, he picked up 17 wickets. If he gets a 5-4 today, he'll be the leading wicket taker of this tournament itself, averaging just 12.12 with an economy of 5.83. It is going to be a challenging task for them to handle these kind of bowlers. But surprising thing is, I'm still waiting for the finger spinners to come on to action, as there is something to purchase for them early in this inning, especially with the new ball, as these conditions were having so much of cracks throughout the pitch, evenly battled cracks with a little bit of hardness that lets the ball to turn well. The spinners will have something to purchase. Swing and a miss, couldn't get much control over there. Long off in position, third man in position. Must be very careful with the shot selections, Kumarvale, as these both were one among the top run getters for Royal PQ strikers. They will be expected to perform in this big stage. The one match they must perform well. This is what they've been waiting for a very long time. 10 matches overall they played in this tournament. All those pressure will be meaningful when they perform well today. Speaking about spinners coming onto the action, this is the typical Chennai conditions, typical third day, fourth day condition on a Chennai wicket, where the spinners will have something to purchase with a lot of turn, especially with the kind of cracks being formed. It is May month, where hot and humid conditions will surely be out there in Chennai. This hotness and hardness in the condition with the cracks on, something for the spinners for sure. Not sure about the wrist spinners, but finger spinners will always have something to purchase in these conditions. Even if the slow bowlers, definitely it's going to be tricky conditions for PQ strikers to tackle. Again, this is going to be a big debate to discuss about. On such a tricky conditions, which is going to be challenging, not just in first innings, especially with the first 10 overs of first innings, will you prefer to bat first? But that's what the track record says. Both the sides would have decided to bat first if they won the toss. That's what they did throughout the tournament. Oh, that's between the fielders. And no chance for third man to stop that, going for boundary. First boundary of the morning, PQ strikers. Interesting stroke making, that is from Komaravale. Asif.
That's what they did throughout the tournament.
Look at the way how he opens the pace of the
That's
bat.
between the fielders.
The bottom hand
And no
domination.
chance for third man to
The
stop
fielders
that,
is
going
looking
for
back to
boundary.
back and
First
back.
boundary of the morning, PQ striker.
This kind of intense must be appreciated at this level of cricket. You can't just play conventional cricket where they're having long off in position, cover point in position. If you play cover drive, you reach the covers fielder. Opening the pace of the bat, closing the pace of the bat, it's something that's a productive way to score runs. Now straight away the wicket keeper closer to the stumps, which is going to add a lot more pressure to the batter. Dot ball to end the over, that's 8 for 1. Continuing out with the wicketkeeper closer to the stumps. Is it a change of pace? Satish Kumar continues, in fact. 17 wickets for him too. Along with Satyanarayan and Satish Kumar, they both together picked up 34 wickets in 10 matches in this tournament, as they both are the leading wicket takers. In fact, Satish Kumar is having one more, as he got one in the final. 18 wickets for him. If he gets 4 more, he'll be the leading wicket taker in this tournament. Swing and a miss, couldn't get much control over there. As you could clearly see, Royal strikers have started adapting to these conditions. Something to purchase. Just stay disciplined. Bowl the same length again and again. The batters will surely do the mistake, as this is not going to be. As this is going to be a little bit tricky for them. You should break the rhythm of the bowler. You should break the momentum of the bowling unit. Doesn't matter if you continue out with the dot balls. All you need to do is to tackle the prime bowlers, the mainstream bowlers. If you're not losing wickets for 4-5 overs continuously, the pressure might build onto the bowlers. These conditions are supporting us, but why can't we pick wickets? That mindset will push the bowlers under pressure. They start bowling poor lengths. Now the right one to bowl from Satish Kumar. When you have a wicketkeeper closer to the stumps, you're not supposed to bowl such bounces, and you can't blame the wicketkeeper
Start bowling.
taking back a look at that length. Surprising one even for the
That's
wicketkeeper.
the right one to bowl from Satish Kumar. When you have a wicketkeeper.
And this is what the problem with the game plans. If you push your wicketkeeper closer to the stumps, that might sometimes push the batters under pressure. They might be thinking about that back foot. They might be thinking about, what if we lift our back foot? What happens if we get stumped? But the opposite reaction of it is, the batter will be given an opportunity that if a wicketkeeper comes closer to the stumps,
Thinking about
there won't be
what
much
if we lift
possibilities
our
of
back foot, what
the bowler
happens if
bowling
we
the
get
bouncer.
stumped?
Then you can comfortably play it onto the front foot.
But
But he is testing the patience
opposite-
of wicketkeeper. These were not the lengths you have to bowl when you're having keeper closer to the stumps. Handling things with a bit of patience over there. Irfan Ahmed and Komaravale, they know the importance of this partnership. They batted well throughout the tournament. They will try to carry on with the same momentum in this game, as this is going to be the most crucial game for them. If they have to bring out the best out of them, then this is the right time for them. With one more to complete this over, turning out to be another good over from Satish Kumar, despite a few extras that one buys when behind the wicket keeper. That's high in the air. The intent of going for the big shot is not working well for them. Feeder under the ball and that's taken. Wicket number 2 is here. Satish Kumar gets another one. This is how you will put pressure on the batter. Kumaravel, the batter, being dismissed now. Satish Kumar dismisses both the openers. This is a bright start for them in this final. Look at that shot. It's a
high in
shot.
the air. The intent of going for the big shot is not working well for them. Feeder under the ball and that's taken.
A little bit overplayed that shot. That's high in the air and that's good catch taken at mid-on. Pressure on PQ strikers here as that early breakthroughs. Royal strikers are in driver's seat straight away. Satish Kumar brings up the breakthrough 11 for 2.
That's high in the air.
This was that shot.
The intent of going for the big shot is not working well for them.
holding on.
Feeder under
Look
the
at
ball
Ranjit.
and that's
He
taken.
was watching the ball and
Wicket
good carry. Continues to bowl Satyanarayan. As a new batter, Arun AK in at number 4. Another key batter. And you look at the batting display of PQ strikers throughout the tournament. 4 batters have been prime performers for them. With one being Kumaravel, the other 2 are on the wicket now. Arun and Irfan Ahmad. And the other one being Rajashekar, the skipper of the side. These 4 batters have ensured to perform well throughout the tournament. They've contributed a lot with the bat. But today, unfortunately, we couldn't see much of impactful performance from Kumaravel. That's a disappointing sign. But these 2 batters, along with Rajashekar, take up the momentum. That's what I mentioned early in this innings. When it comes to big stages, the prime batters failing to perform have been a big fate in India. We've seen that happening to Team India in a lot of big stages. 2019 World Cup semi-finals, 2023 World Cup finals. Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli. Many prime batters failing to perform in big stages with a lot of hopes. That needs to be changed. Even the team structure should be changed. Any team shouldn't be focusing on 1 or 2 batters, shouldn't be depending on 1 or 2 batters. What happens is, if those 2 batters fail to perform, the one who take up the responsibility, the rest of the batters
Even
might
the
also
team
feel the pressure.
should be changed.
It's a wonderful length.
Any team
Inviting the
shouldn't
batter
be
to go for the cover drive.
focusing on 1 or 2 batters.
By this way of approach, there will be a lot of chances that Arun might be lifting up his back foot as he is new to the crease. Will be a lot more pressure for the new batter to handle. Should try continuing with the same momentum here. Royal strikers will be expecting 1 more to fall down. And speaking about big players taking up the responsibility, which is very much important, though it won't be a reason for the rest of the batters for not performing. But once again, if the team has a pattern, the rest of the batters will also follow the same pattern. On a sudden day, if Arun doesn't perform, if Irfan doesn't perform, he'll be expecting some of the batters to perform. The team won't work in that way. Though they have to perform, it's going to be a challenging one for them. Through the covers, catches the call and that's taken. That's soft dismissals as Satyanarayan gets his first one. Another one invited to play for the cover drive. As you could see, putting up a lot more pressure to Arun.
Through the covers,
Desperate
catches the
attempt
call and
here
that's
from Arun.
taken.
That's easy dismissal. Simple catch taken at the
That's
covers.
soft dismissal.
Look at the smile, that says a lot. 12 for 3 it is as Arun walks back to the pavilion without scoring. And this
Through
was
the
not
covers,
first time
catches the
Hitachi
call,
had
and that's
bowled
taken.
strength. He bowled it continuously.
That's
As
soft
couple
dismissal.
of dot balls put him under pressure. New batter walks into the crease. In at number 5 must be the skipper over there. As two prime bowlers bringing up the breakthroughs early in this innings. It's not Rajashekhar, it's Siddhant Das. In at number 5 as Rajashekhar is postponing his arrival. That's a smart decision where you're just playing the 5th over of the innings. There is a lot more to be tackled on. And there were more phases where the responsible batters could take up the responsibility. But speaking about this condition, this was what exactly predicted. The condition might hold on a bit. When you take back a dismissal of Kumaravel, he tried to play it over the covers fielder. He tried to let the ball to come in, but he was pretty early with the shot. As the biggest reason behind that is the ball was holding on a bit. As these conditions were not fast bowlers condition, these were slow bowlers condition, these were spinners condition. The ball is naturally holding on with these cracks and dryness on the condition. That's a beautiful pick from Irfan Ahmed. That's been placed to the fine leg for boundary. And these were easy pickings and gift from the bowler Satish Kumar. Come on, get me over for boundary. Thank you so much,
The
says
ball is
Irfan Ahmed.
naturally
Look at that
holding
shot.
on with these cracks
Going
and
onto the
dryness on
thighs
the
of the
condition.
batter, where no
That's a
fielder stands
beautiful
ready
pick
for
from
fine leg,
Irfan Ahmed.
which will eventually
That's
go for
been
boundary.
placed to the fine leg for boundary.
And I believe that both the teams would have also thought about this, that if we bat first, we might be under pressure. We might be losing early wickets in the power play. As the conditions were holding on, this is early morning, the first game of the morning. This might get better once the play continues to be played on. Though they know everything, PQ Strikers decided to bat first. Not just PQ Strikers. I won't be surprised if Royal Strikers have won the toss. They would have also been batting first. That's the kind of practice that they did throughout the tournament. So it's about the way how you're going to assess the condition. It's about whether you're respecting too much on the condition or whether you're focusing on the same strategy that you follow throughout the tournament. As both the sides decided to go with plan B, there won't be any right decision or wrong decision in cricket. It's all about the way how you're going to tackle on with that. Some skippers would prefer to bring up a lot more change according to the condition. They might change that decision. And some teams and some captains will go on with the same pattern. We batted first throughout the tournament. We batted first whenever we won the toss. Despite of one losing game for PQ Strikers that went on when they batted first, they still prefer to bat first. That fell short of the fielder. Irony is that eventually goes for boundary too. Not an easy one for the point fielder to pick on if it fell in front of you.
Bat
I could
first.
see some disappointment on the faces. The fielders were asking him to grab for that catch, but
That fell
seriously,
short of
that's
the
not going to be
fielder.
easy one.
Irony is
Big
that
shot
eventually
falling
goes
way
for
short of the point fielder. That's welcome boundary. Siddhant thought straight away gets off the mark with that boundary. Positive batting intent here. It's pretty much important at this point of time. You must have one batter to show some positive intent. When you look back at the dismissal of Arun AK, he started facing a couple of dot balls. That intent to get that first run went on to be desperate approach, and he eventually gave catch to the covers fielder. I think Siddhant was playing positive cricket. When you get a boundary in the very first ball, you will be pretty relaxed. You can get a couple of dot balls. That's not going to add a pressure on you. Oh, that's over the bowler's head. As it gets another one. If you do mistake, I'll hit you away for boundary despite of the scorecard. And that's what the modern day cricket is all about. Though the bowler picks up a couple of wickets back to back, it's a hard trick ball, still the batter prefers to go for boundary. That's a kind of mindset that modern day cricket adapts. And that's how we have to be. When you look at the way how Vaibhav Suryavanshi is batting, the way how Urvil Patel is batting, that is going to be the future. You won't be given much time to think about the game. You won't be given much time to access the conditions. Play the brand of cricket you're supposed to play. Put the bowlers under pressure despite of the situation, despite of the condition. Though he picked up a couple of wickets, if he bowl one bad delivery, just punish him hard. Especially when it comes to T20 format. The conventional way of batting, assessing to the conditions, playing dot balls for the first 10 deliveries, that format of cricket won't work for a very long time. Especially in T20 format. Oh, lucky runs over there. One more time. Good stop from the fielder. Saves the boundary. And once again Satish Kumar tried to bowl onto the body line of Irfan Ahmed without having fine leg in position. This is going to push them under pressure for sure, as they have to tackle things under control. An interesting approach from the skipper, not shuffling the bowlers a lot, going on with the same bowlers Satish Kumar and Satya Narayanan for the first 5 overs. Single to end the over, that's 26 for 3. Continues out to bowl Satya Narayanan. change of end here. That gives more space for Irfan Ahmed to go through the covers. Spectacular stroke making to welcome Satyanarayanan after this hydration break. They're not going to let things go out of their control, playing positive cricket despite of losing 3 early
Change
wickets.
of end
Look
here.
at that shot.
That gives more space for Irfan Ahmed to
As
go
sweet
through
as
the
it could
cover.
get. A fine Saturday morning when you're watching such cover drive in action. Cricket at its best. As it batting tap and bats stance reminds us of Ravindra Jadeja, but batting style is slightly different. That might also be because of the way how he is wearing his skin over there. Look at that. It exactly reminds of Ravindra Jadeja. Yes, things are quite good under control. The last couple of overs have been quite good for PQ strikers. After losing Arun's wicket, straight away they've started gathering the momentum. 2 boundaries for Irfan Ahmed, 1 boundary for Siddhant Das. It's not turning out to be much pressure over there. And at this point of time, the field positionings might be a challenging task to watch out for. As I can see the field positionings, I'll let the viewers for the better clarity. 3 fielders on the leg side, 6 fielders on the off side. And all the 3 fielders are standing inside the 30-yard circle. Mid on, mid wicket and short fine leg. Third man in position, as they are having rest of the fielders standing inside the 30-yard circle. In fact, fine leg is standing outside the 30-yard circle. Is coming with midway. That's turning out to be a couple of dot balls over there with the last ball of power play to be bowled on. Can we expect something impactful from Siddhant Das to complete the power play? Or is it going to be something from Satyanarayan? Last ball of power play. Dot ball to end the over. That's power play getting completed. 31 for 3 PQ strikers. Yes, that's what you could see as numbers. 3 overs, 12 for 1, 3 overs, 17 for 3, 17 for 2. As both the bowlers Satish Kumar and Satyanarayanan conventionally bowled the first 6 overs together, the entire power play, and finished things off pretty decently. Now it's up to the rest of the bowlers to carry on with the middle overs. So far no signs of spinners coming onto the action. Satish Kumar with the ball for the best bowling of 3 for 26. A new bowler into the attack. And this is also left-right combination that's going to add a lot more pressure for them. That's how Irfan Ahmed challenged the oppositions throughout the tournament. He's a big asset for them, including today. Now the fielders could be expanded. Maximum of 5 fielders can be placed outside the 30-yard circle. And continues up to bowl middle overs. No signs of us watching some spinners in action. The Satish Kumar having wicketkeeper closer to the stumps. Tall right-handed bowler. Have the ability to bounce the ball, but still trying to bowl it good length. And the ball is holding on a bit. That's the biggest pressure for both the batters. As that's been flicked away. No man standing in deep. Will be going for boundary. Don't bowl such lines to this man, as he's very good at playing those flick shots and glances over there.
Good length. And the ball is holding on a bit.
That's
the
shot.
biggest pressure for both the batters.
Look at the balance. The way
That's
he
been
uses
flicked
his
away.
wrist.
No man standing in deep. Will be going
Just
for
watching
boundary.
the ball completely takes it under his head and placing it to the boundary ropes. It is going to be a challenging wicket for the Irfan Ahmed. The wicket of Irfan Ahmed is going to bring up the difference in this game. If he is not going to lose his wicket, then picking up 3 wickets early in the power play is not going to help Royal Strikers to keep up the momentum high. Now straight away deep square leg in position. Satish Kumar is trying to bowl round the wicket now. Much better line, much better length and much better batting. Good quality cricket overall. As with the way how he received the ball and took it up for the soft hand defense. Look
Much
at that.
better
On
line,
top of
much
the ball
better
every
length
single
and
time
much
he
better
watches.
batting.
It's all about the kind of clarity that you're having while facing a bowler. I think Irfan Ahmed is having a wonderful rhythm in terms of mindset. The way how he watches the ball, the way how he faces every single delivery, respecting the good one, punishing the poor deliveries. Playing it to the merit of the ball. Strong shouts. No chance of that being a dismissal, as it's clearly turning down the leg.
Playing it to the merit of the ball.
As you could see on the wicket, bowling round the wicket will surely
Strong
angle the
shouts. No
away
chance
from
of
the
that
stumps.
being a dismiss.
It's a formality appeal anyway from Satish Kumar with one more to complete. Turning out to be a decent over despite of that second ball going for boundary. Good comeback from Satish Kumar. That's 35 for 3 after 7. Change of bowling. Imran Khan with the ball. These two bowlers might be building up another spell together. As you've seen, this is being conventional rotation with the ball. In T20 cricket, we've seen different style of rotations altogether. Good start to the over. Bringing up 4 bowlers in first 4 overs will be another style of bowling approach, and continuing 6 bowlers with the same spell is a bit of traditional approach which you've seen mostly in the ODI format, rarely in T20 format. That's what being taken good control over there. So far 14 wickets for Imran Khan in this tournament, averaging 14.71. Speaking about the shuffling of the bowlers, sometimes the skippers use it to check with a lot of bowlers if the condition is a little bit of tacky and it's supporting the bowlers to pick some early wickets in the power play. Experimenting a lot with the new bowlers, experimenting a lot with a lot of bowlers in the power play might help us to get some wickets early in the power play, and this turns out to be traditional approach. And what matters the most is a couple of dot balls over there might push the batters under pressure. Siddhant Das, after scoring the first ball boundary, trying to play calm and composed cricket where he's playing the second fiddle to Irfan Ahmed. As Irfan Ahmed is looking out to be in great touch today. As both the batters trying to take up the momentum from the dismissal of Arun. This is another right line to bowl on. Typically a good bowler, but Imran Khan today doesn't find it to be in his control. Have to rotate his arms. This is a different venue altogether. Not the same venue they played the league phases. That's high in the air, catches the call, but the fielder will be a spectator over there. That's a maximum first sixer of the morning from Irfan Ahmed. Just taking back a look at the shot that's been bowled as a fuller length.
That's high in the air, catches the call, but the view.
Control. Should be very careful in playing such shots, as the venue is a bit of slow conditions, holding on a bit. But this is relieving pressure, and straight away rotating the strike, not getting carried away with the boundary he scored in the previous ball. And these are the signs of great batters like Irfan Ahmed. This is one of those reasons why he is one among the top run getters of the tournament. He knows what needs to be done and he knows when to take that risk. Swing and a miss, couldn't get much control over there, as things were quite good under control. 4 wide so far in this over, as that is taking this over to be expensive. 12 runs so far. This is the line length that he is looking for, Imran Khan. And sometimes for the very good bowlers, the first over will become a little bit challenging. Early in the morning, you would have not warmed up well, you would have not rotated your arms well. These were the tiny mistakes. Miscommunication leads up to the wicket, as that fingers going of Siddhant Das had hesitant to go for that single. Irfan Ahmed wanted that single, and a wonderful throw from the fielder, direct hit, went on to be one more wicket out there. They wanted this breakthrough badly, and that eventually happened over there. When this thing happened,
so the tiny mistakes, miscommunication leads up to the wicket, as that fingers going of Siddhant Das.
Good work over there. That direct hit matters a lot, as Siddhant Das walks back to the pavilion. That's 47 for 4.
Well, you would have not rotated your arms well. These were the tiny mistakes. Miscommunication leads up to the wicket, as that fingers going of Siddhant Das.
As a new batter walks into the crease, Madasamy, the new batter. So far no signs of WHITEJERSEYCA coming on to bat. And at number 6, Madasamy. Irfan Ahmed will be badly expecting one good partner to carry on a big partnership that could change the context of the game. As far as run rates concerned, despite of them losing couple of early wickets, they have managed to maintain run rate almost near 6 runs per over. If they carry on with the same momentum, they could eventually make it up after the 15th over. But the biggest problem now here is, you won't be having much batters to bat well in the later part of the innings too, as you already lost 4 wickets. The lower middle order batters have started coming on to bat. Then who will carry on with big shots in the death overs? That's the biggest pressure here. Continues up to bowl Satish Kumar. As things were quite good under control, starts off with a dot ball over there, Madasamy. Will be a different pressure altogether. After losing 4 early wickets before the 10th over, things are turning out to be a bit pressure for them. Bottom hand dominated shot from Madasamy, and that eventually goes for boundary. Gets off the mark with a boundary, and that's 50 up here for PQ strikers too. Just taking back a look at the chart. Look at that bottom hand.
Out to be a bit pressure for them. Bottom hand dominated shot from Madasamy,
and no chance for the long off fielder to stop that going for boundary. These were little nuances that needs to be kept in control. The other thing that's being broken is the kind of grammars that are maintained in traditional cricket. Now everything gets up to be changed. You have to focus on your head position, you have to focus on your elbow, you have to focus on your footwork. Play with top hand cricket. Now all these sayings are being broken. As long as you get runs on the board, nobody cares about your top hand, nobody cares about your bottom hand. Strong appeal. Things out turning out to be a little bit pressure over there. Though he got a boundary, the pressure is still on PQ strikers that they have to bring up some good partnership for the next couple of overs before the 15th over gets completed. Unless and until if they fail to make a partnership, though they have a good batter in strike, they can't make things out of their control. That's high in the air, but not much better connection fielder over there. That's taken. One more catch. Madasamy, not a smart stroke making. The intent to go for a big shot is not working well for him. As Satish Kumar bowled a slower one onto the slot. That's a kind of trap for Madasamy to go for the big shot. Look at that. And that's
high in
bottom
the
hand
air,
domination.
but not much better connection
putting him in
fielder
vain now.
over there. That's
No
taken.
mistakes done at
One
all.
more
That's
catch.
51 for 5. PQ strikers are in real pressure now. Satish Kumar are the new batter in at number 7 for PQ strikers. Irfan Ahmed are the non-strikers in. Watching all these dramas happening out there. Got his first one, Satish Kumar, with that dismissal of Madasamy. Last ball of this over. First ball to Satish Kumar. Swing and a miss. As that ends up to be dot ball to complete the 9th over. 51 for 5 after 9. This is the batting scorecard, as you could see. Single digits and some zeros over there. Right from Jitendra. Nobody have taken up the responsibility except Irfan Ahmed so far in this innings. Now all Irfan Ahmed would be expecting is a good partner to rotate the strike and give the strike back to him. If they carry on for the next 5 overs with the same kind of intent, they could eventually make it up right from here too. As there won't be any such sayings like pure batter or tail ender in modern day cricket. Even number 11 batter could make something out there along with Irfan Ahmed. So all they need is some momentum for the next couple of overs. Straight away change of bowling, it seems. SRK with the ball. A leggy spinner for the day. Replacing Imran Khan. SRK. Will now be surely an interesting battle. A leg spinner for a left-handed batter. Long on, long off, sweeper cover, deep sky leg and deep mid wicket in position. Typical T20 field positioning. Bowling diagonal round the wicket. SRK. Even that doesn't seems to be a good patience approach from Irfan Ahmed too, as he is trying to go for the big shot. I think should be very careful in playing such big shots. Irfan Ahmed is that one responsible batter. We may not be sure whether the rest of the batters will get better day to day, but Irfan Ahmed got a good start. He have to make it up to a big number. This is much better. as that turns out to be quite a bit of positive approach. A tall leggy will naturally get some traction over there, but bowling on to two left-handed batters will surely be a big pressure. And I didn't see much of leg spinners bowling diagonal round the wicket to left-handed batters. There are a few bowlers like Yasir Shah have did it in modern day cricket, and Shane Warne in those times of his peak period. But when it comes to T20 cricket, when you take back a look at the way how Rashid Khan bowls, how Ravi Bishnoi bowls, many of those conventional leg spinners will never bowl round the wicket, especially diagonal round the wicket to left-handed batters. But anyway, that SRK is having his own approach to tackle the batters under pressure. Satish Kumar on strike. That's high in the air, catches the call. As it fell short of the field, a smart decision at long off from Satish. If he tried to go for the catch, that would have gone for the boundary too, as it's not an easy one for him to grab it. But the intent doesn't seem to be appealing. High in the air, catches the call. Good stop from the fielder, will be just a single. These are the measures that will surely be appreciated in the second innings. You were reducing some pressure for your side. Almost halfway through the first innings, PQ strikers losing 5 of their prime batters. With only Irfan Ahmed is the responsibility and big hope for them, along with Rajashekhar, who is yet to come onto the crease. Thickish outside edge as that couldn't go past the short third man. Good stop from the fielder, will be just a single. Been playing positive cricket over there. Look at the numbers. Wide, single, two, single, single, single. Now focusing on single on every ball seems to be a positive approach against new bowler that will eventually push them under pressure to bowl some poor lengths. Bowling over the wicket finally, as that ends up to be a dot ball to end the over. That's 58 for 5 after 10 overs. 58 for 5. Straight after the hydration break, end changes again. 3 wickets on that end, 2 wickets on this end. Continuing out with the same again. All the bowlers have did really well so far in this innings as they are continuing out with Satish Kumar. As he picked up the last wicket, the wicket of Madasamy. As things were quite good under control, trying to contain things over there. Swing and a miss, couldn't get much control. This was the first delivery too, but went out of the range. Starts off with a white ball, now with a dot ball. Will be a short pressure for Satish Kumar. Facing Satish Kumar. All they will be expecting is to rotate the strike. If I'm the skipper, I would have used the mid-off inside the circle, not letting him to rotate the strike easily for Irfan Ahmad, as they've been waiting for that to happen. That eventually happened over there. Irfan Ahmad back on strike. And the biggest question is, almost halfway through the first innings, will Irfan Ahmad continue the same brand of cricket, or will he play the responsible cricket to take the game deep? That's going to answer a lot of questions out there. Projected score shows 116. They'll be trying to score more than that. As you could clearly see, solidity coming on to play. Irfan Ahmad couldn't resist things over there. And the wicket started getting better now after playing 10 overs of good cricket. Though the batters have felt a bit of challenges, now this seems to be quite good under control. As we've been trying to invite the batter to go for the cover drive, the bounce have been quite good. It's not much of holding on. Couple of dot balls again with one more to complete this over, turning out to be another decent over from Satish Kumar. Swing and a miss. That's a dot ball to end the over. 60 for 6 PQ strikers. Look at the way how Irfan Ahmad played out.
Swing and a miss. That's a dot ball to end the over.
Before meeting up the ball. Ranjit Kumar with the ball. Came in late to the party, now being out as an interesting all-round prospect to the side. With the ball, with the bat, especially with the bat, he started performing really well. Being promoted as an opener in the qualified too. Been a regular wicket taker for them, Ranjit Kumar. I don't see this to be Ranjit Kumar out there. They've been trying to shuffle the bowlers. We've seen Imran Khan came in action. SRK bowled his first over. Now SRK is continuing. Oh, that almost went out of the control. A good shot through the covers. Doing really well, Ranjit Kumar. As a leggy, this is going to be a helping condition when you bowl to the right-handed batters. Even for the left-handers, there is something to expect for. If you pitch it at the right regions, there has been a still of holding on a bit condition. If you bowl good length, the batters might be going for big shots, and if it gets slower, things might fall in place for them. 15 wickets for Ranjit Kumar so far in this tournament. In 7 games, that's Bales for going up. went out of his control, and that big fish is gone now. Irfan Ahmad, the prime batter, the leading wicket taker for the side.
Things might fall in place.
He's losing
for
his way in the middle.
For Ranjit Kumar so far in this tournament.
Diagonal round the wicket that angled onto the batter. No chance for Irfan Ahmad as he tried to pick it out of the square region. A huge wicket for Ranjit Kumar. That's 62 for 6. Now finally the man who was expected to come early in this innings, usually a number 4 or number 5 batter, comes in as a number 8 batter, as the situations were not an expected situation for them. Rajashekhar, not the right time you would have expected after winning the toss, after deciding to bat first. 62 for 6 when he gets into the crease.
Gets slower.
Challenging situation.
Things might fall in place for them. 15 wickets for Ranjit Kumar so far in this tournament.
Dismissal we are watching. Irfan Ahmad.
In 7 games, that's
the most expected batter failed to take it forward. The final expectation will be on Rajashekhar, the one last batter, as all the expected batters have failed to perform today. Either it may be Irfan Ahmad, it may be Arun, it may be Kumaravel. Now the expectation will be falling on Rajashekhar, second leading run scorer for PQ Strikers. Been a fantastic middle order batter. Starting things off with a dot ball. Now this is going to be an interesting battle, as Ranjit Kumar did well to the left-handed batters. Now to right-handed batter. A cakewalk for any leggy. Though he's a good batter, he's a new batter today. Quicker one from Ranjit Kumar. Straight away that's being taken in good control. Rajashekhar gets off the mark with that single. The biggest challenge is that in a T20 cricket match, even 130 will be a good total to take things under control. So all they have to do is not just worrying about what happened, trying to focus on what needs to be done at this point of time will be really helpful for them. Even if they now try to cope up with the momentum, they could eventually make it to 130s or 140s. That would be a winning total in big stages like final, where you won't be letting things to go out of your control. Will continue out to bowl diagonal round the wicket. As you could clearly see the turn over there, the cracks and the hardness of the condition. It's turning, it's holding on a bit. Best conditions for the spinners to enjoy. That doesn't mean you'll be purchasing for all the deliveries you bowl. If you stay disciplined, if you bowl the right lengths again and again, this will surely be spinner friendly condition. I'm not sure about the second innings, but this is already turning out to be a wonderful innings. Look at the turn. Usually this will invade the stumps, but with the kind of turn that he's extracting, it's going on to be a leg wide. So he could eventually bowl to the 5th stump line, where the ball might be turning on to the middle stump. Much better line, much better length, almost closer to the stumps. Similar to what happened to Irfan Ahmad. As you could see the sign of disappointment from Ranjit Kumar. Good gesture from Rajashekhar, straight away having some words to Satish Kumar. As things were going out of their control, they have to cope up the momentum. Rajashekhar will surely need a good partner to do something. But this natural turn is going to let them under pressure. Good catch! A beautiful catch taken. That's a full toss delivery. Trying to punish it through the cover, Satish Kumar, but not good control over there as Ranjit Kumar gets another one. But the hero of this wicket will surely be the fielder.
Is going to let them under pressure.
Just taking back a look at that shot. Played it through the covers. As of now, it's okay.
Good catch. A beautiful catch taken. That's a full toss.
It was falling short of his position, and that's been good advantage taken by him. Imran Khan, the fielder.
Is going to let them under pressure.
65 for 7 at his PQ strikers. Look at the
good catch. A beautiful catch taken. That's a full toss.
Good quality today from Royal Strikers. Dinesh V, the new batter, comes in at number 9. When we look back at the performance of both the sides, PQ Strikers and Royal Strikers, they did really well when they bowled first. And ironically, they never preferred to bowl first. Every time when they bowled first was when they lost the toss and they were invited to bowl first. Especially with the way how Royal Strikers performed when they bowled first. The opposition have scored 96, 60, 114, 93, and these were the totals they've conceded when they bowled first. This shows the kind of quality they had when they are bowling first. Not even conceded 120 every time when they bowled first, and they were pretty good at chasing those targets too. That's the kind of confidence they've built into the game. One last hope will be on Rajshekhar. Satish Kumar continues up to bowl his last over. Swing and a miss. Bit of desperate approach. What happens at this point of time is, when you lose 7 wickets, you'll be having tail-enders with you. Though they're not complete tail-enders, they could bat, but somewhere you lost all your prime batters. This will put the batters into 2-mind positions. We won't be having much time to carry on the full innings. We'll try to get to maximize the numbers as quick as possible. Hard to cope up with the pressure. Catches the call. That's thickish outside edge. And no man standing at the deep. That will be welcome boundary for Rajshekhar. Luck favors the brave, as this brave approach gave him a bit of luck. A short third man was standing finer.
Catches the call. That's thickish outside edge. And no man standing at the deep.
Yes, that's good performance over there. Bit of bottom hand domination. Good toss to lose here for Royal Strikers, as everything is favouring them except the toss today. Whatever the changes they made today have worked really well, and this is turning out to be excellent numbers for Satish Kumar. 1 for 14 in 3.5 with one more to complete his spell. He's been turning out to be the pick of the bowler in the middle overs that put them under pressure to score runs on the board. Dot ball to end the over. That's 70 for 7. And that gets the completion of Satish Kumar's spell. 4 overs, 1 for 14. Continues to bowl Ranjit Kumar. 2 wickets in 2 overs. Trying to bowl quicker to WHITEJERSEYCA. Not fighting the ball and letting him to go for big shots. Big hitter of the ball, WHITEJERSEYCA anyway. As that is turning out to be two-way approach from Ranjit Kumar. Trying to flight the ball and trying to bowl a quicker one. And most of the time when you speak about the variations, it's not just about the variation that turns the ball, those leg spinners and googlies. It's about the pace variations too. It's about the length variations too. Generally, it's about the way how you set the batter and bowling something that's unexpected, which is considered to be variation. And that note, Ranjit Kumar is having a lot more variations today. Flighting quicker ones, flat delivery, turning on something that's not turning. Everything is being put onto control. 2 right-handed batters now. Facing on a leggy as he started extracting some turnover there. That's high in the air and it got the distance covered too. Maximum it is from Dinesh to get off the mark. A few batters today have got off the mark with a boundary and a sixer. And this is a brilliant shot. Extra flighted, extra slow delivery. But the length was not appropriate. Look at the position.
And it got the distance covered to maximum it is.
Dinesh V. Now no surprise, he might be bowling a quicker one straight away in response. That's what we've seen from Ranjit Kumar so far. Another big shot. As this time finds a fielder at long on. Ranjit Kumar brings up the breakthrough, gives a good comeback. If you want to go for big shot, go this time. That's such a brave effort from Ranjit Kumar. Look at that. This time also he flighted the ball a little bit. But
another big shot. As this time finds a fielder at long on.
Not the right way to approach. Got carried on with the sixer. He scored 78 for 8. It is PQ strikers. Naveen, the new batter, comes in at number 10. 3 wickets so far for Ranjit Kumar today. As that turns out to be 17 wickets overall in this tournament. In fact, 18 wickets overall in this tournament. As he is one among the pick of the bowlers for them. The last 2 wickets to finish things off quickly here. Starting things off with the dot ball, as things were quite good under control. Turning out to be third highest wicket taker of the tournament, Ranjit Kumar. Didn't play much of games in the tournament, still makes it to be good numbers. This is what something that's leading up to the pressure, extra turn that he was unexpecting that. Should be trying to bowl onto the leg stump line. That could get some good turn over there. Dot ball to end the over. That's 80 for 8. Back into the attack. Satish Kumar B, 2 for 17 in 3 overs. Brought in the early breakthroughs in the power play. Is now back with the ball. Time for some pace. And I don't see this to be a psychologically good change, as they have been facing some challenges against the spinners, and they tried to go for big shots against spinners too. That eventually ends up as a wicket call. But suddenly straight away, if you bring a fast bowler, they'll never try to find the aerial route. They'll try to find cut shots, cover drives to go for boundary, using the pace of the ball to tackle it to the boundary ropes. Anyway, Satish Kumar B back into the attack with wicketkeeper closest to the stumps, as things were quite good under control. That brings strike back to Sai Naveen. Let's surely try to maximize numbers. The next 20 overs will bring some psychological changes. Though 100 or 110 won't be a satisfying total, that'll be something to fight on. Oh, much closer delivery. Much impactful one from Satish Kumar B, as Sai Naveen is turning out to be clueless. I think that's the beauty about these kind of bowlers. They know what needs to be done at what point of time. The kind of angling and delivery that he is bowling at the middle overs is not something he bowled in the power play. In power play, we've seen him trying different kind of approaches. The one doesn't let the batter to expand his arms, adding up a lot more pressure. This is what exactly happened to Arun. When he faced a couple of dot balls, he eventually played it through the covers to give catch. A soft dismissal that was. That's why the game have started changing. As these extras are turning out to be some runs on the board, as every single run is important at this point of time. With just 3 to end the over. Couldn't get much control over there, as Rajashekhar is trying to take on the bowler, but the length that he is bowling is not appropriate for him. Just going out of his control. Satish Kumar B is leaking some runs in the middle, despite of the batters trying to go for big shots. Last over for him anyway, 3.42 for 21. Will he end this with third wicket? 2 more to complete this over. Catches the call, as the third man is trying to chase this down. That's a boundary, as 2 fielders converging together couldn't stop that going for boundary. Lucky one here for Rajashekhar. Look at that. That's a short ball offered, and that's been trying to slice it at the point direction as it goes behind 2 fielders with that. But nobody could stop that going for boundary. This is turning out to be a little expensive. 8 runs coming off this over. That's easing the pressure. 12 just required for 100. Not just something that you would have expected. Continues up to bowl Satish Kumar B. Will be keeping the strike for the next over. That single to end the over. 89 for 8. One last time from Ranjit Kumar. 3 wickets in 3 overs. Every single over he brought something into the game which gets them closer to the end total. Now Rajshekhar facing Ranjit Kumar. Smart approach that is, as this man has all the potential to dismiss the batters. Waiting for the right length to punish on rather than challenging the good one. It's another one going out of his control. Rajshekhar understood the challenges. Placed onto the gap. Just a single run of that over. Consolidated and kept the strike back. 90 for 8 it is after 16. Good spell coming to an end. 4 overs, 3 for 23 from Ranjit Kumar. Back into the attack, Satyanarayan. 3 overs, 1 for 12 to bowl his last over. Couldn't get much control over there, but that placement looks out to be perfect as they're trying to come for the second run. He's trying to maximize the numbers as well as keeping the strike back to keep up the momentum. Rajshekhar. (16 of 19), trying to play a responsible knock with just 2 shots away. Catches the call and that's almost dropped. Not an easy one, but should be taken at this level of cricket. He had a bit of hurry-burry approach over there. With a clear-cut approach, they should have brought in that wicket anyway. But they'll surely be happy with the kind of performance they made today, Royal Strikers. With the way how Ranjit Kumar bowled, with the way how Satish Kumar B bowled, Satyanarayan is bowling, and Satish Kumar have completed his spell. Every single bowler had something to speak. Now the biggest question is who will complete the next 3 overs? They're going to go with the secondary bowlers, whom they use 1 or 2 overs, like Imran Khan. As things were quite good under control, this is turning out to be a bit of desperate approach to get another wicket, and that lets them to go out of their control. These extras were reason behind that. Staying on with the same balance and bowling with discipline have fetched some wickets for them. They should continue going with the same flow rather than trying something out of the control. Much better approach as Sai Naveen gets off the mark with a single. (17 runs partnership between Rajshekhar and Sai Naveen, and the total was 78 for 8 when they lost the previous wicket. As things were quite good under control with the way how they're approaching it, Rajshekhar still finding it hard to meet it at the middle of the blade. Though he's fighting well, though he's reading the ball. 21 balls so far being faced by him. Have to take the responsibility of going for big shots. Some 20 to 30 runs from here still could be a winning total. Flicks it away. Beautiful shot. This time it got the balance, it got the timing, and there comes the football approach that went on to be a couple of runs over there. So much of dramas in the middle. Doesn't go for boundary. That's a satisfying sign here for Satyanarayan. Conceded 19 runs so far in his spell with 1 more to complete. As one after the other they've been completing their spells. Will surely be trying to go for the single, Rajshekhar, to keep the strike for next over. As these were lucky runs coming on board. As that reaches out the boundary ropes and handed up here for PK Strikers as well. A positive intent to complete the over. 4 overs Satyanarayan, 1 for 23 is his numbers. The last over went on to be a bit expensive one.
As these were lucky runs coming on board. As that reaches out the boundary ropes and
Last 3 overs in action. They should try maximizing between 25 to 30, where the in total will be around 125 or more, which will surely be a winning total, though it is not an easy one to fight on. From the kind of situation they were in, 125 will surely be a psychologically good total that will gather them the momentum that they need, and they could eventually fight well in the second innings. A lot more to be focused on. Moving up with spinner Imran Khan with the ball. Bowling his second over today, conceded 12 runs in the first. But now bowling to the different batters altogether. Sai Naveen will be on strike. Setting up his fielders over there, Imran Khan. Long off and long on in position, deep square leg in position. No signs of deep mid-wicket, only 3 fielders on the onside. Deep square leg, long on and short mid-wicket. Big spaces on the onside as they've been trying to focus more on the offside. Now bringing up some balance over that deep mid-wicket in position. And now short mid-wicket 2 in a position where they'll be trying to avoid the strike rotation from Sai Naveen. That will bring WHITEJERSEYCA back on strike. Swings and couldn't get much control over that straightaway Yorker attempt from Imran Khan. And I could clearly see the sign of intent from Sai Naveen to go for big shots. Swing and a miss, couldn't get much control over that. But a flat delivery here from Imran Khan comparing to his previous over. That he flighted a lot, conceded a couple of runs. This is much better comparing to that. Also, while bowling to the left-right combination, that was a different pressure altogether. This will surely put him under pressure to try something out of the box. One more onto the control, same line again and again. And some discussion between WHITEJERSEYCA and Sai Naveen straight away, which is pretty much important at this point of time. You can't let the batter to face the pressure, and sometimes they'll be making some bad decisions out of pressure. A clarity discussion from a non-striker will give them to see the opportunities out there. Much better stroke making that brings strike back to WHITEJERSEYCA. Single run so far in this over. Couldn't go for much big shot over there. Good thing is he'll be giving the strike back for the next over. That's 103 for 8. Confusions in the middle with the way how they planned their bowling lineup. This is where the block hole is. Maria Rajiv, the new bowler, bringing on a new bowler into the 19th over. Should have waited with any one of those bowlers, either Satyanarayanan or Satish Kumar B. By giving one more to Imran Khan, they could have completed the spell perfectly without bringing any new bowlers. Now with Imran Khan having 2 slots left, he could bowl only 1 over in this innings. Swing and a miss. Couldn't get much control over there. As WHITEJERSEYCA is trying to shift up the gears, as this is the time to go for big shots over there. On to the slots for the first ball. What would be the result? Swings and got the connection better. And that's pretty much enough for him to find space. But that's a good catch taken over there. Disappointing sign over there as WHITEJERSEYCA, the batter, being dismissed. Maria Rajiv gets his first one. Thought the elevation was right for a moment.
Swings and got the
But been a
connection
well good
better.
running catch from the long off fielder.
And
Look at
that's
that.
pretty much enough for him
Good
to
balance
find.
over there. Satish Kumar, the fielder. 103 for 9 it is. WHITEJERSEYCA, the batter, being dismissed. Sendil Kumar, the final batter in at number 11 for PQ Strikers with Maria Rajiv. He had some criticism over there, but this man brought in the breakthrough straight away. And that to the wicket of a set batter. Now with one more to complete. Sendil Kumar to face his first ball. Good quality batting display. That's what I mentioned early in the innings. In Chennai's brand of cricket, with the way how modern day cricket is evolving, there won't be any such aspect called pure bowler, as everyone bats to a decent standard. Sendil Kumar got off the mark straight away with that single. Swing and a miss, couldn't get much control over that. Change of pace variation is over there. That Maria Rajiv is bowling a bit of slower one for Sai Naveen, and he bowled a bit of quicker delivery to Sendil Kumar. That doesn't let the batters to go for big shots. Swings and couldn't get. The batting style of Sai Naveen reminds me of Harbhajan Singh's batting. Not exactly, but with the way how he triggers his movement, with the way how he's tapping the bat. Look at that. Dot ball to end the over. That's just single run coming off that over. 104 for 9 it is. 19 overs completed. Imran Khan to finish things off his third over. He'll be left with 3 overs spell, as one of his overs was not planned well perfectly, and that's the reason we've seen Maria Rajiv bowling the 19th over. Swing and a miss as the bails are going up and the fingers have also gone up. That's the final wicket is here. Sendil Kumar tried to go for the big shot against Imran Khan, but couldn't get the elevation that he is looking for, and eventually Imran Khan gets his first wicket as the final wicket of this innings.
That's the reason we've seen Maria Rajiv.
Taking back a look at the dismissal. PQ Strikers, who won the toss, decided to bat first.
Swing and a miss as the bails are going up and the fingers have also.
The elevation that they were looking for right from the beginning of the innings. Till the moment things are not under their control, as they have lost all the wickets for 104 runs, which is not at all enough for them to fight on in the second innings. But we gotta wait and watch on what's gonna happen in the second innings. T20 cricket will always have something to give some drama, We've seen the Punjab Kings game against Kolkata Knight Riders, where 111 was defended. So there is something to hope for PQ strikers, but in a lot of way this is a disappointing batting performance from them. Right from the way how they lost wicket of Jitendra Kumaravel, Irfan Ahmed was the pick of the batter, scored 29, and WHITEJERSEYCA skipper scoring 24. Rest of the batters losing their way for single-digit numbers. Good work from Ishad behind the stumps. And it comes to bowling card, Satish Kumar 26 for 2, Satyanarayanan 23 for 1, Satish Kumar 14 for 1. Pick of the bowler being Ranjit Kumar, picked up 3 wickets in the middle overs, 23 for 3 is his numbers. All puts up together, every other bowler bowled today have got a wicket of their name. That's 105 required for Royal Strikers to win the game. 105 is the target here, as Royal Strikers are known for chasing such targets quickly. We've seen them performing well so far in this tournament, chasing down the targets in 6 overs, 8 overs, 13 overs. But again, this is being a big final. We can't let things go easily out of their control, especially with the way how PQ Strikers have played in this tournament. They have beaten up Royal Strikers once in qualifier 1. Having said that, everything will be kept in mind. There will be something to fight on, though this will have some winning margin to Royal Strikers, but that's not going to be taken that easily. There will be sure shot fighting spirit from PQ Strikers. I think that's what going to make this tournament spicy to watch out for, with the way how things are going to be taken in control. As the fielding unit is getting ready, PQ Strikers, something to fight on. As of Virat Kohli's words, it's going to be 105. They could easily chase the target, but as long as they reach 105, they should feel hell on the ground. That's the kind of approach that PQ Strikers should take forward. Don't let score even a single run easily. Let them score 105 challenging runs today. Let them face hell. That's the kind of approach. There should be positive intent. There shouldn't be anyone speaking about things going out of their control. As you've seen, plenty of first batting defense in big finals. Though the team was known for chasing big targets like 250s, that particular team would be defended for 130s. That we've seen in IPL, that we've seen in World T20s. Cricket is all about confidence and the positive intent that you're putting onto the game. It's not about winning or losing. It's about the way how you play those 20 overs. That matters a lot. What are you going to give to your opposition on the field? Heaven or hell? That matters a lot. On that note, PQ Strikers are still having something to fight on. On the other hand, Royal Strikers will surely be happy with their performance on the first innings, that they'll surely try to carry on. There are a few batters, especially with the way how Manikandan almost scored 400 runs in this tournament with an average of 48. He will be expected to perform along with Irshad, Prashant and Ranjit Kumar, who started joining the party later in the tournament. Ranjit Kumar, been promoted up as opener in the qualifier 2, will be expected to open the innings with Manikandan. And then obviously Prashant, Irshad will be taking forward at number 3 and number 4. These 4 batters will surely finish things off today. But again, anything might happen on a cricket field that we have to wait and watch, as the play will begin in a couple of minutes. As both openers walking onto the field with a bit of positive intent. On the other hand, at the background, the PQ Strikers. Sure, Ranjit Kumar is opening. He was promoted up the order in the qualifier 2. Now continuing with the same position with Manikandan, the conventional opener, 390 runs with the bat in 11 innings. Will be expected to perform on the same standard today. He is among the top run getters of the tournament. He is the leading run scorer for Royal Strikers, Manikandan. Can he be able to give the same result in big stage like a final? Well, that's going to be the big question. Third highest, in fact fourth highest run scorer of the tournament, could become second if he scored 40 runs today. But to go for the first position, he need 109 runs, which is not even the target today. The leading run scorer of the tournament being Siddesh Jadhav, 8 innings, DC United, 501 runs in just 8 innings with an average of 71. Unfortunately, his team couldn't be able to manage into the playoffs. They've ended up into the third position in Group B, 8 matches, 6 victories, 2 losing games. That's what the margin for error is very low in this tournament. Just 2 matches lost, you're out of the playoffs race. These teams came up without losing much. PQ Strikers losing 1 game. Royal Strikers have came unbeaten in the tournament to the playoffs. And that's why they are in this big stage. As everything is set here. Manikandan and Ranjit Kumar with the bat. The addition of Ranjit Kumar have changed the approach of Royal Strikers in the past couple of games. Picked up 3 wickets with the ball. Will surely be trying to add something with the bat too. Rajshekhar, the skipper, with the ball. As they've been setting up the field positioning, short third man in position. Sweeper cover at deep. And it seems they'll be having a deep mid-wicket in position. As only 2 fielders will be allowed outside the 30th circle since this is power play. Wicketkeeper standing closer to the stumps. They batted for almost 20 overs. They know exactly how the wicket is reacting. Whether it's spinner friendly or fast bowler friendly. Starting things off with spin approach. Rajshekhar, first ball. Swing and a miss. Couldn't get much control over there. I don't feel this is going to be an easy task. Though Royal Strikers were known for chasing such big targets. There'll be short fight from PQ Strikers and the conditions for supporting the bowling unit. Smart approach, bringing on spinners straight away. And they're getting a single over there. Gets off the mark with that single. Good throw. Strong shouts will be a not out. Opens the account here for Royal Strikers, Manikandan. And now that brings back strike to Ranjit Kumar. Speaking about the positive approach, after batting first, PQ Strikers would have exactly read the conditions. And they know what needs to be done. Though the batters also know the conditions, they could add a lot more pressure with the ball. As these were spin-friendly conditions, these were good for spinners. You've seen Ranjit Kumar as a leggy picking up 3 wickets today. Only 1 fielder standing outside the 30th circle. Sweeper cover in position. Trying to show some positivity to the game here, Ranjit Kumar. A few boundaries here and there will keep up the momentum going high. But that's not being left. Rajshekhar started turning out to be a medium pacer. Started things off with a spinner. As a spinner. And now look at this delivery. The kind of quickness he brought in. That's almost medium pace.
That's not being
so
left.
He's having a two-way
started.
approach. There won't be any conventional style of approach here. That's thickish outside edge. Even credits to Ranjit Kumar as he gets off the mark with that boundary. That's been good length outside the off stump.
Medium pace.
With good control over that. To the boundary ropes. Look at that.
There won't be any conventional style
as
of
good
approach
as it could
here.
get.
That's thickish outside edge.
Opens the pace of the bat. Not thickish outside edge. He's gliding the ball to that direction where no man standing at deep. They had only shot third man in position. Good way to start the innings. Ranjit Kumar. Now just 100 required. As this is 105 being the target. Quite good under control. Dot ball to end the over. That's 5 for no loss. Irfan Ahmed with the ball. Tried his best with the bat to carry on the momentum. But was unfortunate that the man who dismissed him is on strike now, Ranjit Kumar. Will be in fact Jitendra with the ball. It's not Irfan Ahmed. Jitendra, who opened the innings for PQ Strikers, now with the ball to open the second over. which seems to be the biggest strength for batters like Manigandan who know exactly what needs to be done. He scored 390 runs. Conscious measures, careful approach, not letting the team to struggle. I think these were the approaches, these were the quality of good batters. It's not about just going for big shots early in the innings. It's about taking up the responsibility of keeping the team to the winning margin. That's been placed onto the gaps. That is a man in deep, will be just a single. Good field positioning here. A wider third man in place, and that is a sweep cover in place. The expectation would be the batter to go for the cover drive and cut shots where the fielders are being placed exactly. So that also gives the batters clue that Jitendra will be trying to bowl back off length outside the off stump, which is going to be his conventional approach today. Trying on with two-way pace attack with spin on one end and pace fast bowler on the other end. All they need is that early breakthrough in the power play. 1 or 2 wickets in the power play. Royal Strikers picked up almost 3 wickets in the power play that led them to control PQ Strikers from scoring runs on the board. That is pretty much important at this point of time. Even with the way how Ranjit Kumar bowled today, sometimes cricketers with common sense could make a lot of difference. You can't be out of the box cricketer all the time. You can never be an out of the box cricketer all the time. But all you could do is to carry on the momentum at the required point of time. Play with common sense. Think what needs to be done and do that perfectly. Much better length, much better line, strong shouts. But couldn't convince the on-field umpire. But this is quite good under control with the way how Jitendra is invading the stumps, making the batters to expect something outside.
Much better length, much better line, strong.
Quite good under control. Good fighting back here from PQ Strikers. This is turning out to be an interesting T20 battle if they get 1 or 2 wickets early in the power play. Gully in position. Again, he had a gully and straight away he's trying to bowl it outside the off stump. At any point of time, we will be expecting him to invade the stumps again. That's the kind of strategy that he's following today, Jitendra. Making the batter to expect some line and length and not bowling that line and length. According to the field position, every batter will expect the bowler to bowl outside the off stump. And he's sometime bowling it onto the stumps too. Been hot and humid with the way how the batters have struggled to score runs in the power play. It all started with Jitendra's wicket. It was not a poor shot. He tried to pull it away at the mid-wicket region, but was a very good catch that started things to go out of their control. Single to end the over. That's 11 for no loss. .94 required to win the game. As everything seems to be perfect, continues up to bowl the skipper. Swing and a miss, couldn't get much control over there, Rajshekhar. Still having the same field positioning. This is a big topic to speak about. with the way how the skippers are using their fielders in position. There were some skippers used to shuffle the fielders according to the bowling style. Bowler A will bowl in a different way, bowler B will bowl in a different way. Through the covers as the fielder chases down the ball, but nobody could stop that going for boundary. Welcome boundary it is from Manigandan, and gets his first one in today's game. The big finals, every run
Through
counts
the
from
covers as the
Manigandan.
fielder chases down the ball.
This is a standard.
Nobody could stop that
making. This is what I've been speaking about. When it comes to field positioning, the team is having a standard field positioning that it uses for both the bowlers. I'm not sure whether it's going to be a working formula or not, as Rajshekar's priorities are different and Jitendra's priorities were different. Jitendra is bowling a lot of back of length, which lets him to control the batters from scoring runs. That is a deep point and wider third man. But whereas Rajshekar is trying to make it a bit of good length and fuller, where the batters will try to go through the covers, no fielder standing over there. The sweeper covers are almost standing squarer. Much better line from Rajshekar, doesn't let the batters to extend their arms. But yes, the bowler should ask the skipper, as he himself is the skipper, he knows where the batters could score runs against him. Should try to place fielders in those regions. Thickish outside edge, no slips in position. Costly wicket this would have been if there is a slip in position. As these were quite good under control. Somewhere the runs are getting leaked. Things are going out of their control. Couldn't see much of impactful stroke makings. They know power play is pretty much important. That's high in the air. But nobody standing over there. No point fielder in position. Ironically, they were playing without a point fielder. Surprising to see such things happening over there.
No point fielder in position.
Three fielders converging from different locations, but no point fielder.
Ironically.
17 for no loss. Continues out to bowl Jitendra. Swing and a miss, couldn't get much control over that. This is quite good under control. This extra bounce brings up the difference, as Jitendra conceded 6 and 11 conceded by Rajshekar. Still no signs of slips in position. Gully over there. Expecting the batter might be getting some thickish outside edge and restricting the batters scoring boundaries. Placing the deep fielders at the scoring areas doesn't let the batters to score more boundaries in the power play. And this is also a conscious measure that we've seen the power play batting performance of PQ strikers. When you try to go for big shots, the wickets have fallen eventually. They could make the scores up even in the middle overs. What matters the most is the wicket column, and that's what they're trying to keep up. As point fielder comes up to the position. If this fielder was placed in the previous over, a wicket would have fallen already. That slips. No slips in position. Thickish outside edge gets the boundary over there. These were lucky runs that they're getting every single time. And the bowler bowls a good delivery. This happened to Rajshekar. Now this is happening to Jitendra.
Would have fallen already. That slips. No slips in position. Thickish outside.
Standing finer. No slips in position. Costs 4 runs for them. Quite good under control. That's easing out the pressure eventually. Now straight away slips in position. Surprising thing is Jitendra continues out to bowl at the same region. That gives clues to the batter that he's going to bowl it way outside the off stump, good length or back of length. But all of a sudden he's trying to invade the stumps, letting the batter to think of a different delivery and bowling those surprise ones. Through the covers, catch was the call, but no fielder standing at their position to grab any catch over that. That's a boundary out there from Manikandan.
The batter to think of a
Splashing
different
through the
delivery.
covers. This time a little bit of full and delivery
Bowling those
that led
surprise
the
ones.
batter to take good control and place
Through
it
the
through
covers,
the covers.
catch was the call, but no fielder standing.
400 plus runs in the tournament. $29 for no loss, as this is turning out to be an expensive over. 12 runs so far. Adding one more to the change of pace from Jitendra. Not sure whether it's impactful or not, as this is not being bowled at the right
12 runs
region.
so
Look
far.
at that. It is clearly visible with the kind of release that he is giving. He's slowing down in his release point for a slower delivery. That fell short of the fielder. That would eventually go for the boundary. These were lucky runs here. The Royal Strikers have started
That
scoring
he's
runs on the
giving.
board, especially with the way how
He's slowing
Manikandan scored
down
in this
his
over.
release point
That's
for a
17
slower
runs coming
delivery.
off this over. Third boundary it is. Should be a wicket anyway.
That fell short of the fielder. That would eventually
Gets that boundary. 34 for no loss, Royal Strikers. New bowler into the attack, Irfan Ahmed, who batted pretty decently today. 29 in the first innings. Couldn't get much control over there. There have been a few batters who started well but couldn't carry on the momentum today. Irfan Ahmed is one among them. Now we have to bowl Ranjit Kumar, the one who dismissed this wicket. Time for some revenge. And time for some revolutions to first left arm spinner in the morning. As we didn't see any left arm spinners bowling to Royal Strikers. Will be interesting to see how this left arm spinner is going to cope up with the condition. It's a natural condition for left arm spinners. In fact, specifically for the finger spinners. But the condition is getting better as this is second batting. We've seen already 24 overs of cricket. If he bowled in the first innings, Irfan Ahmed, things would be quite good. But he is bowling when the target is 105. It's 34 for no loss. Can't get much exposure over there as things were almost out of their control. As they were trying to keep going with the same momentum. Sweeper cover in position. It seems there is a deep mid wicket in position. The intent would be to go over the bowler's head, as mid-off and mid-on were inside the circle. Against a left arm spinner, mid-off and mid-on inside the circle will surely trigger any batter. A little bit of shout over there from Irfan Ahmed that gets onto the pads, missing down the leg. These were easy pickings for the batters, long off being kept in the previous delivery. They know what needs to be done. The target is pretty low. All you have to do is to save wicket for the future. Then you could take up the license eventually. PQ strikers wanted that early breakthrough, which didn't happen so far, as both the openers setting themselves comfortably. Much better delivery from Irfan Ahmed with one more to complete this over. They might be going for the hydration break after this over. The end will also change. Fielder in position. Will eventually go for just a single to end the over. That's 39 for no loss after 5 overs. .39 for no loss with just 66 more runs required to win the game. Royal Strikers almost kept 1 foot to take the trophy. Unless and until some magic happens in the middle, couple of wicket falls in single over, things will come on to the favor of PQ Strikers. It's going to be challenging travel for them right from here. Change of end. As Madasamy, the new bowler, came in and straight away started using bottom hand to go for big shots while batting, and eventually lost his wicket. Mid off inside the circle. In fact, 5 fielders are inside the circle, 6 fielders are inside the circle. One more to complete the power play. Wider third man and deep point in position. Getting things in control, Madasamy. On strike Manikandan. Madasamy with the ball. Last over of the power play. First ball. Squeezes through the covers. Catch was the call. Couldn't get much control over that. Will be a dot ball. Sensible batting display from Manikandan. Punished the loose balls. Respected the good balls. Playing top quality cricket by playing to the merit of the ball, which is pretty much important at this point of time, as that's quick running between the wickets, quite good under control, as these were turning out to be big treasure. Scoreboard moves to 40, 25 of 20. Royal Strikers, Manikandan especially. Swing and a miss, couldn't get much control over there. The bounce have been low keeping for some bowlers, and it's holding on a bit. That while trying for back-footed shots, even for the pull shot, there shouldn't be a late approach from the batter. The early you play, the more chance of you losing your wicket. That's the kind of condition it is. Couple of dot balls over there. That leads up to be a lot more pressure to Ranjit Kumar. Usually a good batter, busy cricketer, as today is taking some time to give it back to Manikandan. Beautiful shot that is, as the fielder chases down the ball, but nobody could stop that going for boundary. Exceptional stroke making that had been. In fact, that was an invited delivery from the bowler to go
Beautiful
for the cover
shot that is, as the fielder chases
Ranjit
down the
Kumar
ball.
taken that for granted. With one more to complete the power play, will surely be trying to go for the big shot again to complete the power play in spile. 44 for no loss already. Dot ball to end the over. That's 44 for no loss after power play. Four bowlers being used in the power play. We could clearly see two different kind of approaches. Whereas Royal Strikers have used two bowlers to complete the power play with the same spell. Whereas this is turning out to be mixing up of spell with the modern day traditions. PQ Strikers shuffling four bowlers in the power play. The beauty is that both ideas are successful ideas in T20 cricket. It's about the way how you implement them. Today PQ Strikers didn't had so much to express in bowling, as they just scored 104, which eases out the pressure for the batters of Royal Strikers. They are trying to play careful cricket, which lets them under pressure. Change of bowler. Manoj Kumar, the fifth bowler of the day for PQ Strikers, is with the ball. I think all they could do is to slow down the innings, as PQ Strikers should focus on more of dot balls rather than controlling the boundaries. That could add pressure on the batters. Look at that. Now this is going to be easy for them in post power play. Five fielders are standing outside the 30-yard circle, which lets the batters to rotate strike in the 30-yard circle. All they need is a single of every ball that could eventually reach them to the winning margin. So stopping singles, the field position that should stop singles, the field position that should pressurize the batters to go for boundary. Let them score boundary and let them win, but they shouldn't get any easy singles. They shouldn't rotate the strike in a regular interval of time. That's the kind of mindset that PQ Strikers should approach at this point of time. They could use more fielders inside the 30-yard circle. One at short mid-wicket, one at mid-off. Only a few, 2 to 3 fielders outside the 30-yard circle, as the situation is not something to stop boundaries. It's a situation to stop singles. It's a situation to put the batters under pressure, as things are quite going out of their control. continues of the ball Manoj Kumar. Easy pickings for the batters as both Manikandan and Ranjit Kumar have started rotating the strikes. Things were getting easier for them. It was 3 wickets when PQ Strikers have reached 50 runs. It's 48 for no loss from Royal Strikers. Bit of positive approach. They saw the conditions, they saw the track on how it's reacting. Now playing careful cricket here. Strong shouts, no chance of that being a dismissal. As Ranjit Kumar is trying to keep up the momentum. There have been good quality batters waiting on the dugout. Royal Strikers seems to be making it off. Only one losing game for them was in qualifiers 1 against PQ Strikers. 50 up here for Royal Strikers anyway. That's a beautiful partnership between Manikandan and Ranjit Kumar. Both aligning together bring up this number. Almost 42 runs with the bat. 8 extras today so far in this innings. Couldn't get much control over there. The beauty about this batting display is we didn't saw any one big shot in the air today from Royal Strikers batters. They cut the ball, they played it through the covers. These were quality stroke makings. Never tried to play it on the leg side, never tried to play any slog sweeps unwantedly. I think that's where the wickets haven't fallen down. That led them to be in a comfortable position. 50 for no loss after 7. Strong shouts. No chance of that being a dismissal. Seems like it's turning down the leg. But good bowling here from Irfan Ahmed with the way how he's bringing up the revolution. It's quite good under control. Just gliding out. Putting the bottom hand in control will be just a single. Good to see with the way how Irfan Ahmed is bowling, but again this is adding up to a lot more pressure that defending a total of 105, you as a left arm spinner couldn't bring much magic to the game. Also this is turning out to be pressure sign for the bowlers to express themselves naturally. If he bowls on the first innings, this would be a different approach altogether.
Magic
He's
to the
reminding
game.
of Ravindra Jadeja
Also,
on many
this is
aspects,
turning
even
out
with
to
the
be
bat
pressure
or
sign
with
for the
ball.
bowlers to express themselves naturally.
That releasing point through the covers will be just a single. speaking about the body language of Irfan Ahmed, bringing up multi-dimensional approach to the unit with the bat, with the ball. You can use this man at any point of the game, especially with the way how he holded the bat, tapped it on the ground, reminded us of Jaddu. Now at some moment while bowling, he is also reminding us of Ravindra Jadeja. 4 runs coming off the over, that's 54 for no loss. .51 just required to win the game, almost halfway through this chase. Doesn't let anyone to feel that pressure. The entire batting unit seems to be relaxed, as both Manikandan and Ranjit Kumar have already done the job. Having a 3 wicket on his name, with this 17 run, it's going to be an impactful performance from Ranjit Kumar in big stages like a final. Turning out to be an easy pickings for them. Not a conventional way of approach from them, usually big. As he's moving on to the 30s, Manikandan will be trying to shift up the gears from here. Also trying to respect the bowlers. Usually a good batting lineup with the way how they approach the run rate, with the way how they chase down the targets. We've seen them with a run rate of 12 runs per over, 13 runs per over, especially while chasing low targets. Though this has some conscious measures, this is being a big final where responsibility took up that urge to score runs. I think that is pretty much important while batting first in big stages. I'll still say if 20 runs extra would be a different game altogether from PK strikers. Over a point of time, batting first have always been an added advantage. When you post a pretty decent total, you could fight on well. One maiden over, 1 over with 2 runs into 1 wicket, which eventually had a lot more pressure while chasing. But what happens is if the target becomes 105, that eventually being an easy one brings up more confidence to the batting unit. Maybe change of venue would be a different impact altogether. As this one being with full of cracks and hardness on the condition doesn't let the batters to express themselves easily, especially with the way how it holded on in the power play. 9 overs completed, 59 for no loss. Dinesh with the new bowler into the attack, trying to shuffle the bowlers into different spells. I think that is something that's been impressive to watch out from PK strikers. With the way how they shuffle the bowlers, that's the way how modern day T20 cricket is evolving. You can't set yourself with a tradition, you can't set yourself with a proper pattern that lets the batters to know your game plan perfectly. Seems like a leggy couldn't get the control in the first over. Exactly what happened to Imran Khan in the first innings. Speaking about such shuffles, we've seen an organized way of approaching bowling from Royal strikers. 6 with the first 2, then 4 with another 2. But when it comes to PK strikers, this collapsed shuffle sometimes pushes the batters under pressure on who is going to bowl the next over, who has backup options. That will always be a surprise for the batting unit to wait for. But again, while defending such targets, this is going to be a reversed approach where the bowlers will feel the pressure. Though they've been given an opportunity to bowl, they couldn't change much impactful changes in the game. Straight away trying to invade the stumps, Dineshvi. All it needs is one good over from a bowler. Sometimes could come out of that psychological pressure. Plays through the covers. 2 is the call from the batter. As they're eventually coming back for the second run. Good running between the wickets. Trying to maximize the numbers. The most important thing is that Ranjit Kumar loves to give strike back to Manigandan, who's the leading run scorer for Royal strikers. Right from match 1, he took up the responsibility of handling the pressure and batting. Through the sweeper cover will be just a single, as things were quite good under control, but this is turning out to be a little expensive in spite of giving a couple of wides. They should surely look back on their fielding approaches. There should be more fielders inside the 30-yard circle. Doesn't let the batters to go for singles. Runs were leaking easily. Things were going out of their control easily. It shouldn't be happening. Only 2 to 3 fielders outside the circle and rest of the fielders standing inside the circle might build a lot of pressure. Good delivery from Dineshvi. That's 10 overs completed, 66 for no loss. back into the attack. Rajshekhar just trying to take the game deep. Rajshekhar and co. Though the mathematical possibilities are still there, it's almost gone out of their control. They could get closer to the game, and that's what it exactly happens. Another 30 odd required to win the game. But there has been a bit of slowness on the batting style from Royal Strikers. Their intention is not to lose the wickets, and they've been trying to take singles and been very satisfied with the way how they're rotating the strike. Opens the pace of the bat. Will be just a single. Same kind of field positioning what they've used to have in the power play. Deep point and wider third man in position. Doesn't let the batters to score boundaries easily. Again, the approach had a bit of psychological problems, that the intention was not to let the batter score boundaries, but the real problem arises with the strike rotation. Not letting the batters to rotate the strike might be pushing them under pressure. They'll be trying unwanted shots in the air. They might be losing their wickets. But if you push defensive field positioning, okay, I don't want to score boundary, I'll go with a single. That's the kind of approach. When you defend 105, there should be some attacking intent. Your fielder is supposed to be inside the 30th circle, trying to give the maximum impact you could give to the batter. This is what it meant to be. If it happens for 4 times in an over, the batter might be playing some missed times and wrong shots. That's how you could be able to build the pressure. That's the style of the big captains like Mahendra Singh Dhoni. The dot ball to end the over. Another decent over coming to an end. 2 runs coming off that 69 for no loss after 11. Manoj Kumar with the ball. That's what we mentioned early in the innings. There have been a single track that they have been travelling on. Their intention is to take the game deep, as they've been trying to take it deep, the batting unit. Whereas the intention of PQ strikers were not on the way to control the batters. It's still defensive approach that doesn't let the batters to go for the big shot. It's just going. That's in the air, but no man standing in position. Will be just a single. Having more fielders inside the 30th circle will spice up the game. It's literally do or die. They have to do that approach rather than going with the defensive approaches. These are formality runs coming on the board. Maybe putting on mid-on inside the circle, mid-off inside the circle might urge the batters to find some aerial route. It should either be finishing things off quickly or picking up a couple of wickets early in the innings. These easy strike rotations doesn't let them to come into the game, PQ strikers. If it gets controlled, couple of dot balls, if you couldn't get that single, no long on, no long off, eventually the batter will go for big shots to finish things off quickly. That's what exactly not happening here. They are simply rotating the strike, and the bowling unit was not at all worried about that. They were happy that they are not conceding the boundary. which is not at all required in the context of the game. Strong shouts. Good work behind the stumps, and the batters save anyway. Manikandan, 36 of 37.
Worried about that. They were happy that
Proves
they
his
are not
worth one more
conceding
time in the big
boundary,
stage.
which is not at all required in the context of the game.
This was what happened in the previous delivery.
Strong shout.
As he's not lifting up his foot. Couldn't say any big shots so far in this innings, except those covers shots and cut shots. Didn't see much of boundaries coming after the power play. That's because of the approach of PQ strikers. They were happy to concede singles, which is not at all going to help them in the context of this game. Single, 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 and they could eventually win the game in 5 overs. They could fight on by putting more fielders inside the circle. Only 2 or 3 fielders outside the circle and trying to attack the batters. One after the other, dot ball after the dot ball. Eventually the batters will try finding aerial route. That's not happening as of their expectation. Couldn't get much control over that. Tossed up delivery outside the off stump, shuffling the bowlers again, bringing back Manoj, bringing back Rajshekhar again. But the result doesn't change. As every bowler bowls on with the same field positioning. The team has a pattern of field positioning that most of the bowlers adapting themselves to, rather than going on with the bowler's comfort. They conventionally had that wider third man. They conventionally had that sweeper cover for all the bowlers. So the team's intention itself is not onto the path of giving any impact in the power play, giving any quick fire response to Royal strikers. It's letting them win, but not in the 13th over, but in the 17th over. Single to end the over. That's 76 for no loss. Couldn't get much elevation over there, as the intention was to go for the big shot, but things are going out of the control. Irfan Ahmed back into the attack, replacing Rajshekhar. 39 of 40, Manikandan. Good thing is they didn't bowl much of loose deliveries today. That's through the covers this time as the fielder chases down the ball. Will be just a single, but there have been a bit of change in approach here, as both the batters are trying to attack the bowlers. Could see some intent over there. With 1 or 2 boundaries here and there, they could eventually make this total up. Quite good delivery from Irfan Ahmed. There have also been a problem with Manikandan, that he doesn't care much about the strike rate. The rest of the batters have did really well with the bat. There have been good quality batters with strike rates. All they needed is that one responsible batter, which is Manikandan. This time much better stroke making and much better placement as it eventually goes over the boundary ropes. Boundary after a very long time, as Manikandan
Is that
just
one
shuffled
responsible
himself
batter,
to reach the
which
length
is
of the ball.
Manikandan.
Look at that. And that eventually
This
gave him
time
the
much
elevation
better
that he's
stroke
looking
making
for.
and much better
Good
placement
placement over there.
as it eventually goes.
This is pretty much important. When you play that cover drive, it eventually reaches the long off fielder. That little bit of movement let him to score that boundary easily. Low cup delivery that dismisses the batter. That's first wicket is fallen. But this is keeping very low. Manikandan, the batter, being dismissed. 43 of 43. It's almost an arm ball. Manikandan trying
That
to
little
pull it
bit
away,
of movement
but couldn't get the bounce
let
that
him
he's
to
looking
score
for.
that
Taking back a
boundary
look at that.
easily.
Disappointing
delivery
sign.
that
Many batter would have failed that.
Dismisses the batter. That's
But this
first
is low
wicket.
keeping. Surprising to see such things happening here. 82 for 1 Royal Strikers. அப்படி ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம். என்ன ப்ராப்ளம்? இது மைக் மூலமா கேப்சர் ஆகல. இன்புட் கேப்சர் லைக் சிஸ்டம்ல கேப்சர் ஆகுது. Prashant, the new batter, comes in at number 3. Straight away swings the bat to finish things off quickly. Gets off the mark with a single, Prashant. And he'll be keeping the strike back for the next over. 83 for 1 after 13. 83 for 1. Siddhant Das, the new bowler. That's high in the air, fielder under the ball, and that's a dropped opportunity which eventually goes to the boundary ropes. Was expected to be a breakthrough, but Prashant
For 1. Siddhant Das,
had
the
something
new
to
bowler.
say with the bat, it seems. Not the right length to bowl on.
That's high
That's
in
a
the
poor
air,
length from
fielder
Siddhant
under
Das.
the
Eventually
ball.
gets the punishment.
That's a dropped opportunity which eventually.
Good to start off this over, 4 runs. Now 18. Squeezes to the point direction. 2 is the call from the batter, as they're satisfied with a single that brings Ranjit Kumar back on strike. For just 17 more runs, 3 shots away to finish things and lift up the trophy. Almost getting closer to the winning margins. Interesting bowling style, it seems, from Siddhant Das, with the way how he runs up. Doesn't seem to be a stable release point. He's not having proper base while releasing the ball. Just running, and as with the flow, he's releasing the ball. Look. Couldn't get much connection over there as Siddhant Das continues up to bowl. That's interesting release point to watch out for, but he somehow manages to bowl at the right regions. Taking back a look at that bowling style. Look at that.
Couldn't get much connection.
Never lands, never gets himself onto the footwork. Just runs and bowls. Catches the call. That will just be a single. Single to end the over. Continues up to bowl Irfan Ahmed. The last over for him, 1 for 16 in his 3 overs. As these were final proceedings to finish things off. Thickish outside edge one more time. This time doesn't interrupt the flow. Tossed up delivery, that's punished hard. That's unfortunately fell short of the long on fielder. Will be just a single. The placement was poor. That doesn't concede much runs for them, for Prashant especially.
Tossed up delivery, that's punished hard.
Viran getting closer to Ranjit Kumar, who's 28 of 37. Another full touch delivery, couldn't get much control over there. Will be chance to get some runs. These one were easy pickings as the short third man had no chance to stop that going. But wider third man controls the boundary. Will be a couple of runs on the board. They never control this field positioning. There is something wrong with positioning from PQ strikers. The approach was always defensive right from the first ball of the innings. I should not concede a boundary. Doesn't matter whether they win by scoring singles. High in the air, catches the call. One more time, one more good stop from the third man. I've never seen spinners having wider third man in position. Again, the mindset of not to concede a boundary costing them a match. Straight after the hydration break, 10 more required to win the game. 95 for 1 as of now, Royal Strikers. Bit of slowness on the approach. 90 balls, 95. And PQ Strikers were happy with that. They didn't concede much boundaries. Right from the beginning, the intent was not right. Manoj Kumar back into the attack. Good numbers, but couldn't see that making any impact in this innings. 0 for 18 after 3 overs to bowl the 16th over. Can they be able to finish things off in this over? 10 runs required to win the game. More possibilities of this getting finished with 17.4. PQ Strikers will be really happy to not concede any boundaries. Short third man in position, point covers inside the circle. Mid wicket inside the circle. This should be the approach of PQ Strikers right from the beginning of the innings. There should be more fielders inside the circle to threat the batters from getting free singles. Misfield, that is, will not be getting any extra runs over that. The first run was very slow. Sound says it all with good quality stroke making. Will just be a single as long off in position. Ranjit Kumar is in comfortable position as he scored 30 runs, 3 wickets with the ball. All-round performance in such big stages that ensures the victory for the side too. Didn't took any emotional decisions early in the innings. Appeal from Manoj Kumar. Turning out to be a decent spell from him. 3.40 for 20. Risks singles over there, with just one more to complete this over. As that's turning out to be one shot away right from here. 5 runs required to win the game. It's all about one shot away. Can Prashant be able to pull things off in this last ball? Over the bowler's head. Couldn't get much control over that. Will be just a single and he'll be keeping the strike back for the next over. 102 for 1. To win the game. Satish Kumar, the new bowler, into the attack. That's a big shot and got the connection better as it reaches off the boundary ropes. Finally some intent here from Royal Strikers to finish things off, as they're winning this game as well as the winning the trophy of Hitachi Energy Iipl Cricket League 2025.
That's a big
Royal
shot and
Strikers
got
are
the
the
connection
champions of this
better
tournament,
as it
where
reaches
19
off the
teams have
boundary
participated
ropes.
in 2
Finally,
groups, with Royal Strikers winning in Group A 9 matches, 9 victories, and in qualifier round they lost the game against PQ Strikers. Again came back stronger to the finals and winning back to the same opposition. It's been a spectacular performance, especially with the way it was a good toss to lose for them. In fact, they put down for 104 to PQ Strikers and 105 was the target given to them. Though it was a slow approach, they've been bladed with stabilization, especially with the way how Ranjit Kumar performed today. 31 not out with the bat and 3 wickets with the ball ensure the victory of the side, and they are winning this game by a difference of 9 wickets, and they are becoming out the champions of the Hitachi Energy Iipl Cricket League 2025. Join us with the post-match presentation.